Hello everybody, Andy here from Glass Half Dead, the #1 Kill Team channel on YouTube, as long as you don't pay attention to things like numbers or facts. Okay, anyway, in today's video, I want to go over a mission that Games Workshop recently released for free for all of us Kill Teamers, which is called Sniper's Alley. And I want to say what I thought about it, and my thinking after coming away from it and having played all 3 of them on my own. Yes, I played it solo. So I want to talk a little bit about that, how I decided to play it solo, maybe that will help my solo peeps out there, and also kind of just my takeaways and to let you know if it's worth playing instead of just playing another normal skirmish game of Kill Team. Okay, let's find where it is for you, right? Let's go down here, shrinkify myself. So you find yourself on the Warhammer community page, as you do, because nothing better to do. In the top right hand corner you have downloads, you go there, you go to Kill Team. This brings up this, you go to mission packs. We know the Hive Storm mission, that was the special release thing they did, you can play that of course. And then we get Sniper Rules. Sniper Rules is this bad boy right here. You can go and check this out for yourself. I'm not going to pay too much attention to this, however. It has a bunch of different MPO stuff. It gives us a new profile for the sniper. It obviously recommends that you use either the Space Marine starter set sniper that you have there, the Eliminator, or it suggests that you could use, what's this called? It's it releases this weekend and it's called Provisionally Prepared, because obviously rattlings are a meme. I guess they think people will like those. Legit question. Do you like rattlings? Are you, or if you don't like rattlings, can you tell me why GW has released not only the rattling set coming up for Kill Team, but also this provisionally prepared model? I'm really confused. I don't feel like people like rattlings. I never hear people saying, "Oh, I can't wait for rattlings to return," but they kind of went hard on it, and I'm confused why. Anyway, we get the MPOs. We then get Sniper's Alley. You see, I will show you what you need to know, because this is going to be the first one I look at, obviously. You deploy all on the left here. I would say in the green zone, but I don't know what colours these are. So there you go. I deploy on the left. I believe you end up deploying anywhere in here. You don't have to just be in A, whereas the enemy deploys entirely within B. There you go, the stronghold there. We will then go down to flank the sniper, and sniper surrounded. I will go back to those when they are relevant. There you go. So, the objective for snipers... Okay, let me take a quick step back and tell you what they're trying to simulate here. So, as you may be aware, Kill Team recently removed their former version of narrative. There is no campaign anymore. However, what we have here is a series of missions that are simulating an ongoing battle. In case you aren't aware, in the core rulebook for Kill Team, every single mission is supposed to represent 1 minute of combat time. That is what we are simulating in our games of Kill Team. A single minute, 60 seconds. Sometimes it takes us 4 hours to do that, but you know, whatever. And so what we're simulating here is, first things first, we meet the sniper. The sniper's taken a shot at our operative, and he's fallen down here, and so the first thing we need to do is save our guy, who is that objective marker, pull them off the board. Cool, that's step 1. We pick up the objective marker, we run away. Excellent. We then scroll down. Next thing, we've saved our guy, we're trying to flank the sniper. So you see our sniper building is now here, whereas before it was in the middle. Cool. That's because we've decided to kind of dart round to the left or the right of the sniper. We're trying to go up the flank to get around them out of their main kind of firing point. So sure enough, in here, what we need to do is we deploy entirely here. There's a little nuance there, and run off the board, because we're running off the board so that we have then surrounded the sniper building, and we are deploying both sides and trying to kill them. There you go. And so it is obviously narrative and fluffy and unbalanced in the way that all narrative is. But, you know, it is what it is. Cool. And how do I get on with it? Good question. Let's go to some images that I have taken. Cool. So here we see, right, oh no, I've gone too far. Right, here we see me playing Sniper's Alley. As you can tell, I printed out a few bits and bobs. And what's that I'm using in the bottom right corner on my tablet there? That is a delightful website called Battle Kit. Just go to Google, type in Kill Team Battle Kit. It's a must-have. It gives you all of the rules, the core rules, it gives you all of the faction rules, and it gives you a score tracker. Go and use it. If you're not using it, I don't know what you're doing. I legit don't understand how you are playing Kill Team at the moment. Go use that. Oh yeah, the app's free, isn't it? Battle Kit's still better. Cool. Right. Now I decided to go with the Blades of Khaine. The reason I decided to go with the Blades of Khaine is because I haven't played them yet, and everybody tells me they're the worst team. So I'm kind of like, let's see how bad they are. Why not? Let's see how they feel. As you can see, it's set up, and then in the stronghold there, I decided to face off against legionaries. And I want to have a little word about how I'm deciding to play the NPOs, how I'm playing solo, etc. But of course, before I get to that, I would like to give a subscriber-only benefit, and that subscriber-only benefit is a big double hello. Wow, wasn't that incredibly wholesome? You might be asking, why do I want a double hello whilst watching a Kill Team video? The question is, when would you not want a double hello? So like, subscribe, leave a comment right now. That comment can be, again, the rattling thing. I'm really confused. Legit, tell me please. Rattlings. Am I just like, I get that they're hobbits. Hobbits are cool. Maybe. Hobbits with guns. Okay, now we're talking. But are people actually going to buy them? I don't know. I'm very up in the air. Anyway, cool. So with that said, like, subscribe, leave a comment. That'd be awesome. Thank you so much. Go check out Battle Kit. You might also, and you'll see it soon, but that objective marker in the middle of the board, that is actually a custom objective marker. As we go through, you're going to see a few custom tokens, and when you see them, just be aware that they are all from Crossfire Games, which you can find on Etsy. If you want some objective markers, some custom tokens, which are new in his store, go check those out. There you go. You can get 5% off if you use my code, LastHalfDead24. It's all linked in the pinned comment below. Cool, right. So let's have a quick word about how I have chosen playing NPOs solo play in general is. So when I'm playing this, I pick a team for me to play. I've obviously gone Blades of Khaine here because I'm trying to learn them, see what they're about. And solo games are a perfect way to begin that. But I decided to play against Legionary, okay? Legionary are pretty strong, and I wanted to see how that felt, okay? So basically, I ignored all of the NPO rules and all of that. I don't need those. Those are lost to me. I don't care. I don't care about the threat principles and all that stuff. I basically take the solo rules and say, no, thank you, good sir. Well, I mean, sorry, I am trying to beat myself. No. So I'm not like pussyfooting around. I am trying to win with both of these teams. However, I am obviously mentally trying to fully play every single rule that the Blades of Khaine have, because that's the team I'm running. With the Legionary, I do a very simple thing. So I decided all of my Legionary are going to be Slaanesh. Done. Easy. Every single round, because there is one Slaanesh ploy, they will play that every single round. That means that they are, the Slaanesh ploy, in case you don't know, is that they are always -1 to hit in melee, and if they've activated, or if they've moved, then they are -1 to hit ranged. That's it. A nice, easy rule to remember. Sucks balls for me, but whatever. The other thing I do with them is if I ever miss over half of my shots, I do a reroll. There you go. That's kind of me simulating CP usage. I'm not paying attention to anything else Legionary have. They are just the basic data sheets with their abilities, like and their correct weapons. I'm not using like just all warrior operatives, but they then always play Slaanesh, and they always reroll if they have missed over half of their shots. Which means if they're 4 dice and they roll 2 hits, they don't reroll. But if they're 5 dice and they only roll 2 hits, they will re-roll. Simple, okay? That way, I don't have to think too much about them, and that's actually why I think running an elite team, because they are naturally strong on their data sheet and quite durable in general, is a smart move when playing solo. You don't have to think too hard on the MPO side, and they're still going to do okay. They're still going to put up some stiff resistance, if you want to view it that way. Cool. So going into this, I fully expected to just get wreck-a-ronied. I was taking pictures, right? Because I thought this might be interesting. Maybe I'll talk about it, maybe I won't. But I thought I was going to have to retry missions often. So anyway, you might have seen on certain, Reddits, Facebooks, Discords, etc., that a bit of a joke that this is kind of like sniper training. It's training in how to deal with a sniper that is on a vantage point. It isn't. That's not what this is. This is just a fun thing, but if you want to view it that way, you can. But the sniper isn't. Well, anyway, let's get into it, shall we? So, this is how we set up. You might be looking at this and thinking, Andy, why do you just have 3 dudes just stood there in a little huddle? Well, that's because a line of sight, I think we might get into it in the next picture, but basically, the sniper, one thing to note with them, and this is important, is they ignore obscuring, okay? But from where the sniper is, he cannot move, by the way, to where those 3 are, there's no line of sight. There you go. And there is a gunner there who has a plasma, but whatever. Cool, this is just a top-down view of that same deployment, just so that you can see a few more models. Cool, cool, cool. I suppose what I was thinking here when I deployed is if the gunner chooses to sprint out and take a shot, that just means I get an easy kill next turn. Nice. I seem to have just taken the same picture multiple times. That's great, love to see it. Cool. This is then a close-up, so you can see in there I have the Butcher and I have the Anointed right behind the door. Leader is on the left. Cool, cool, cool. Who else is in there? Shrive Talon is the guy on the right, the Jumping Reaver, and the Balefire is at the back, who is the Librarian. Nice. So this is after the first move. Everybody's moved up. You can't see, but in the bottom corner here, we have obviously the 2 guys that did move up there. These guys have moved up. These chaps here, you might notice they haven't actually moved very far. The reason for that is because all of this is dead ground. If they'd moved up here, they would then be shot by the sniper because that there is only light, whereas this is heavy. And if they move here, they were going to get charged. There is, however, one guy under here. He has not been charged. I can't remember why the Butcher didn't make it. Maybe the Butcher couldn't reach. Maybe the Butcher was actually playing it safe, because if the Butcher charged here, he would then be swarmed by 3 other dudes, and that's just a dead Butcher. Cool. We have one Dire Avenger at the back here, who's going to be our punishment. Whenever you're running a team, you've got to have a long-range threat. If you don't have a long-range threat, the enemy just gets to take liberties. You can't do that. Cool. Oh, sorry, I didn't really talk about my Blades of Khaine team, did I? So I'm running the only team I have the models built for. There you go, which is 4 Scorpions, 2 Banshees, 2 Dire Avengers. There you go. And the X-Arch is the Scorpion. Right, so again, in my mindset, the Blades of Khaine are like the worst team, everybody says, so I want to see what they can do. That's just me showing you a nice bird's eye view of what the way in which my Dire Avenger is keeping them honest. Very cool, and that's what they get to see. As you can see, I've got that piece of heavy terrain, so if I'm there and I'm concealed, I'm safe. And if I choose to go hot and get heavy and charge in, I'm boned. Cool. Now, you might have noticed a lot's changed. So, there was an objective here. There was a guy there, and there was an objective here. No longer is that the case. Because when I was looking at this team and thinking, how do I deal with this? I thought, I can't. That's not what Eldar do. Eldar are You finish that sentence. That can be your comment. Final word. Finish that sentence for me. If I was aggressive and charged any of these 4 models, I will get one guy out there, I will not get the kill, and somebody else will charge in and get the kill on me. So I can't just go aggressive, right? That's not what Eldar do. We have 8 wounds. We die in 2 hits to literally everything in the game. Cool. So we can't do that. So, noting where that objective marker is, bam, it's back there. Because this guy here, right, he's chilling. I think it's just a normal scorpion. He's not my dude. We then go, what happened here is he dashed to within 1 inch control range of our 40mm objective marker. And then Eldar have a 7-inch move. He picked it up and he ran back. There you go. Now, the way the sniper AI works is that as soon as it has a shot, you have to take that shot. And then it can't shoot again until the next turn, okay? So, here's my thinking. Are you with me? I'm out in the open, sorry. Andy, where are all of your, I should have said this right at the beginning, shouldn't I? Hold on, we'll go back. Andy, where are all of your orders? Where are your order tokens? Good question. When I play Kill Team, I don't put order tokens down until they have activated in turn 2. There you go. The reason for that is everybody has to be on conceal. Oh, sorry. Obviously, if they flip order and go engage turn 1, I put that down then. But there's literally no point in putting down an order token when everyone has to be engaged. And I only put that order token down in turn 2. There you go. That's all these are. So, oddly, again, I'm just trying to speed the game up in small ways to kind of, greater than the sum of its parts, if you will. Right. So, I've run back. I've activated, I'm on a conceal, good stuff, but I'm not in cover. So the way the the sniper AI works is very simple. If it has a shot, it must take that shot. It then cannot shoot again until the next turn. There's a reloading mechanic, it's fine. It's very cool, I like it. So I put myself there knowing I'm going to die, but that's fine. Because what I've done is I've put myself right next to another model. Striking Scorpion gets killed by the sniper. You then drop your 40mm objective marker within control range, 1 inch of the dead model. That means in the next turn, the next action, one of these two, the Banshee or the Scorpion, pick it up, run off the board. I win in 2 activations in turn 2. So, what's happened here? The green dice, I'm going to call them green, I'm not sure, are the sniper's dice. They hit on 2s, he rolled double 1s. You can't beat the dice. And then, my boy saves on 4s. I blocked the hit and the crit. What that means is I took no damage. What that means is that suddenly, a model that was supposed to die so that I could then cheese the game and run off the board did not die. What that means is that if the Chaos enemies can now charge into me because I'm not dead and I haven't won in 2 activations, they could kill me. I wish I could auto fail my armor saves. Never before have I wanted that to be a thing, but today I do. So, knowing that I'm at the back there, you see at the back here, so this is our guy who did not die, took 0 damage. Absolute legend, absolute Chad, but he should have taken damage, and he did not, and that's sad for me. Oh, well he's taken damage. Did he? Oh, sorry, he took morsels, of course. He took 3 damage because the 6 still takes 3 damage. Yeah, there you go. So he's down to 5 health remaining. Anyway, my boy here, not Autarch, he can be an Autarch, screw it, why not? Not Autarch, Exarch, the Exarch Striking Scorpion, I'm still not sure that's the name. the striking scorpion leader. There you go. He charges in. Now, he charges into the butcher, okay? The butcher, in case you don't know, is 5 dice hitting on 4s. That's a nice profile. In fact, that's a really nice profile if I'd rushed in a Banshee, because then it would be 5 dice hitting on 5s, and who cares if that's the case, right? Anyway, I didn't do that, so what can you do? He's immediately taken 2 damage because, of course, striking scorpions, they deal 2 damage when they perform the fight action for the mandible blasters. Excellent. Oh, do note that, as I mentioned, this token here is a 3D printed token from Crossfire Games, much as this, you can't see it, I won't say it. So, I'm 5 dice hitting on 3s, but Slanesh, so I'm hitting on 4s, okay? He is 5 dice hitting on 4s, there you go. So with the same roll, he has taken 2 damage, and I deal 5, 6 damage. I have taken no damage. Let's see what happens. Did I take a picture of the dice? Ah. Oh, sorry. Behind me here is a 6. There you go. I'll put myself over here for a moment, okay? So I'm covering up a double 1. Now, Scorpion, crit hit. Is that 5, 6? I can't even remember what Scorpions do. Oh, what ploys did the Blades of Khaine play? They always played, obviously, ceaseless in melee. Why wouldn't I, right? So I get to reroll the 2s. Let's see what I took pictures of, though. So, I don't know what happened. There you go. Long story short, I took no damage. I did 6 damage. You love it. However, Blades of Khaine have 3 APL. I fucked him. Nice. There you go. Now, he then dodged away, and he's suddenly on a conceal. How did that occur? That is one of the Striking Scorpion's abilities. If you kill a model in melee, then you can make a dash action and swap to a conceal order. And I did. Cool. This is our leader. This is our leader. He's moved up to the side here. Now, this is actually a little bit of a misplay. You see this window grate behind me? This is blocking, but it's only blocking when you're not within 1 inch of it. He's within 1 inch of it, so he could have actually moved there and shot through to kill that scorpion. I didn't know. I only thought it was blocking all the time. But he's moved up. He killed some people. Where did these 2 models come from? I don't even know. I don't even know, but they were there. Oh, okay, so what happened here? You see they are there. Yep, so there's a Scorpion and a Dire Avenger there. Here, he had already killed them, and then I realised, oh, I'm not going to know what that means. I put them back, and from now on, I have them dead. Yeah. This is your classic charge, double fight, shoot. He took no damage. However, I will point out that the dice swerved on me. This guy heals when he kills. This guy dealt no damage because he fluffed the roll. There you go. Hence why. So this guy didn't even need to heal. He fought, shot, wrecked. Charge, fight, shoot. That's 2 Eldar dead, not even trying. This guy is a menace to society. And I don't think I ever killed this one. No, I do. You'll see. Right, now, as you know, over in that back corner, I just need to activate that model and run away, and I win. But I wanted to see what the Blades of Khaine can do. So I charged my boy into the Shrive Talon just to see how that fight goes. It goes like that. There you go. It probably didn't go well for me. Even at this point, we're both -1 to hit. The Anointed charges, does a door fight into the Striking Scorpion. I seem to be rolling some 6s. Turns out that's really good. I'm dying. Sorry. I apologise, sirs. We then get our Balefire Acolyte. He's going to do his healing thing. So he's within 6 inches of the model below him. He's going to shoot that. Oh, because the why didn't you see over here? Oh no, I don't know. Anyway, I heal that model. Right, finally, this guy back here dies. I don't know why it took this long for this guy to die. Maybe it was only now that the plasma shot. Anyway, I run off the board. Praise be to Khaine. Khaine Adventure Khaine. That's how you do a game. Right, so I lost 4 guys. I kept 4 alive. That matters because in the next mission you have to deploy 4. Anybody that lives deploys on the board. You see here. Anybody that dies deploys off the board. This is just. This is really just showing you, like, you only lose. I'll tell you. I'll show you here. Flank the sniper. Right. This is what we're now doing. So we are deploying here. Okay, bottom left. And the enemy deploys evenly between 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll show you where they've deployed in a moment. You have to start on the board with whoever lived, and you start off the board with whoever didn't live. Really, this just means you're minus 3 inches to your first move. That's it. Cool. Your goal is to get off the board. I think you have to get 50% of your models. Yes, you have to get 4 of your, because I've got 8 models, I have to get 4 models off the board edge, okay? That's it. That's all we got to do. How does that go for us? So, this is a nightmare, isn't it? The previous one I managed to cheese, right? I managed to cheese it because I picked up a thing and I ran off within 2 activations. I would have won in 2 activations turn 2, but I didn't die, okay? I had to wait to get killed. Cool, so we still have the sniper up here, okay? We then have our gunner here, bottom left. We then have our anointed, our butcher. Behind me, there we have our balefire acolyte. Here we have our leader, and here we have the other model. Shrive Talon, cool. Up here we have the 4 that lived, the 4 that died. Easy. This is the only way you could possibly deploy. There you go. That's just how that is. Technically, I could have deployed here, but where am I going from there? I guess I move up to here, but then these guys could just charge me through the door. Like, no, I have to go hard over there. Nice. I've moved. Excellent. So I've taken some damage. I've moved up. Everybody else is on the board. This is the end of turn 1, if you can't tell what's happened here. My leader's gone up here. He's still on a conceal because he presumably didn't have a shot, or if he had a shot, he fluffed it, because I don't think anybody died. Stuff must have happened, because if we look over here, the Shrive Talon died. Stuff happened. There you go. I can't remember what, but stuff happened. Nice. This is where they are all deployed. Excellent. This has been a long one already, so we're going to start skipping through a little bit so that we can get to the end so I can just have a ramble and a chat. Whatever has happened here on these dice, 6, 5, 5, 4, 2, is what's happened here. He's got 12 health, I've got 6. He rolled 2 5s and a 3. I feel like he might be lethal 5. I don't know what happened. I seem to be alive. I seem to have killed him, so that's great. Yeah, we keep going. My Dire Avenger jumps up here to take a shot. He must have done 10 damage in that case. The Dire Avengers have done well for me in this game, I've got to be honest. They performed really well, which is crazy because if you ever listen to me talking about the game, you will always hear me saying things like, bolt guns don't matter. Dire Avengers just have bolt guns but with rending. These guys did really well for me. There were a few ways, so the Dire Avengers have 2 things that make them shoot decently, and I'll tell you what those are. One is a 1 CP ploy, it's called like Starlight or something, where they can shoot twice, and another is you can give the gun torrent 2 inches, so you can make 2 shots. You can't chain those. You can't shoot twice and get torrent 2 on both of those, unfortunately. That's fine, whatever. However, your gun is still just 3-4 rending. Like, it's not good. It's not necessarily any better than a Phobos's bolt gun with 3-4 lethal 5. I'd probably rather have lethal 5 than rending, to be honest. Anyway, it's what it is. So I don't really know. statistically what happened here, but I got really effective shooting. I think the Marines fluffed a lot of armor saves, if I'm honest. There you go. This is just me continuing to move across the board. I lost 3 guys up the top here, and they've lost 3 with a 4th here. They must have lost more. They've lost 5, I guess, with only 1 still left on the board. This does mean that they will start to respawn. Oh, is that what they are? What's happened? Oh, okay, we're done. There you go. I then ran off the board. A nice complete battle report, I agree, yes. Clearly what happened here is this guy ran up here, killed this guy, and then I managed to run the dudes off the board. Nice. Yes. Right, we then go into the 3rd and final mission. Let's keep powering through. We get sniper surrounded. So, if your models in the last mission, mission 2, died, they have to deploy on the left. If they didn't die, they had to deploy on the right. Oh, quick note, sorry. I was really, really close to not winning this and having to redo it. Luckily, in the counteract of the gunner, he fluffed the roll. That's the only reason the Banshee up here lived. There you go. If it wasn't for that, I would have had to have redone it, and I would have been livid. There you go. You would not have seen this video, because I'd be like, oh, this sucks. Anyway, so the whole point of this one is now kind of the big thing. It's you need to, from the 3rd turning point onwards, as soon as the enemy, as soon as you, the player, has more APL inside the stronghold than the NPO, you win. Alternatively, if you've been wiped, you lose. Okay, that's it. Has to be turn 3. You can't just run all of your models in and just immediately have more APL in there by killing 1 model. Okay, so you can't cheese it. You have to survive for 3 turns and be inside. Let's go to it. So, I deployed very simply, but I didn't take a picture of that apparently. Great, you love to see it. So what's happened here, I'll show you quickly, is, I'll move myself as well over to there. Nice. So I've got 1 guy there, 1 guy there, 1 guy there, 1 guy there, right? Over here, I've got 2 people here, I've got 2 people here. There's basically no other way you can deploy on this map, obviously. So it's 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. What do you do first in this situation? I figure go hard. So my Dire Avenger moves up. He manages it, having moved from here up to here. He's got a clear line of fire into both of them. He's within 2 of this model, so the heavy terrain doesn't matter, and they're not going to get cover, etc., etc. So I just take my shot. I do the thing that I just mentioned. I do the Torrent 2, which luckily means I can hit both of them, and I end up double shooting. Okay, so I can't remember who I double shoot into, but here we go. I take the picture of it, so it's Torrent 2. Do note, this action will inflict you until the end of that action. So shooting again, which is one of their CP ploys, is a different action. There you go. I do pretty good, if I'm honest. Like, I can't complain about these rolls. If you're doing a 4 dice shot into a 3-up armor save model, you're kind of lucky to get your 1 damage through. Like, to get 1 dice through, that's lucky, basically. Well, statistically, you should. But it feels lucky, let me tell you that. So obviously into the Anointed on the left here, I managed to get a single dice through. No, there must be more than that, sorry. He's taken 14 down to, oh no, yeah, okay, all right, 1 dice. Whereas the Butcher there took a bit of a beating. I must have rolled pretty hot there, and then the Butcher must have fluffed it, because that was very tasty. Anyway, to me, that was totally, or maybe that was what I did my double shot on. Yes, then he gets wrecked. Who wrecked him? I don't know. I can't tell it. Oh, it would have been the sniper. So again, the sniper AI has to take the shot. He had the shot. He had to take it. It had to be their first activation. You could argue this is cheesing it, in a sense. Like, so I deliberately took that move because I knew it would then trip the sniper. So then the rest of my moves, I don't have to worry about the sniper. There you go. Either way, the sniper wrecked face on this shot. Cool. So now I have 2 wounded legionaries. What do? Right? Do I put out a little bit of damage everywhere so that they all become easier to kill? Or do I try and take some models off the board? I choose ultimately to try and take some models off the board. The Banshee goes into the Butcher because he's down at 8 health, which means it's a guaranteed kill for the Banshee, basically. And this is the perfect setup, let's be honest, because the Butcher is 5 dice hitting on 4s. The Banshee, you're -1 to hit, 5 dice hitting on 5s. Okay, well, shit, if you roll like that, Banshee wins. Fair play. Easy. I then shoot at the Anointed there. I deliberately didn't go into melee with both of them because I didn't want to give them the grouped up +1 to hit against me, because you've got to survive somehow, and I didn't know my first dice roll was going to go that well. So I just take a shot, to, which hit, did 3 damage. Awesome. Awesome, can't complain. Enemy leader, once again, brutalizes me. Charge, fight, shoot. Literally nothing I can do about it. These 2 were kind of like, yeah, no defense, and again I deal 0 damage. Whether this leader healed or I just fluffed it, don't know. The leader's killing you in 2 hits, 5 dice, you don't really have a shot at that. There you go, cool. Right, I press my advantage on the other side, putting in my Striking Scorpion. I deal my 2 damage from Mandible, Blaster, and then clearly not much else happens. I think what happened here though, I'm going to be honest, I think I misplayed a rule on both of these models. Sorry, not the first model, because the first model, the Butcher didn't hit anything. This model here has dealt damage and not been dealt damage. I think what happened here is I forgot 2 things. Firstly, that the Shrive Talon hits first. Secondly, that when you're outside of a stronghold fighting to inside the stronghold, they fight first. So I must have forgotten that, and I guess I don't know why my Scorpion took no damage here. Again, maybe a lucky roll, who knows. Oh, maybe I was, no, okay. 3, I don't know what happened here. I did use this. I've killed him somehow? What happened? Who knows? Anyway, this is a very good ability, so I'll talk about it briefly. Is that 6, 7, 8, 9? I don't know what's happened. 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I don't know how this worked. Anyway, so this is a very good ability. When your Striking Scorpion moves, it can move through a model, and you immediately do D3 plus 2. Obviously that averages to 4, but it could be 5. This is a nice little tap. If you don't want to be, if you, for whatever reason, don't want to charge an enemy, but you are moving near enemies, maybe you're going to a point, maybe you want to shoot, whatever. Maybe you know that if you charge, they will win, so you want to chip them down a bit. This is a lovely ability to do. D3 plus 2 damage. It's only to 1 model. You can't like zigzag through a bunch, that'd be sweet, but no. Somehow he then killed this model. I can't tell you how, I can't tell you why, I don't know what happened. He then got smashed though, as you can see. Lovely, good to know. And the Balefire comes down and for some reason decides to... Oh, what happened here is the Balefire was up top and used the blast weapon. The blast obviously dealt some damage into one of them, but then not the other. So decided to charge down and finish it off as you'd expect. Although it looks like perhaps the Anointed finished that Banshee off. There you go. Yeah, the gunner jumped down, killed another Striking Scorpion that had moved up to skulk around. And this is the board state at the end of turn 1. I'll quickly move myself back to the other side so that you can see all that, because you see we were missing this Dire Avenger moving up here. That's right. I have 2 models left on the board. Honestly, I don't know how else you would play this particular board setup with such with a team like Blades of Khaine. You have to just go hard and hope dice go your way. They have a full health leader, a full health Balefire Acolyte, an almost dead Anointed, and an almost dead Gunner plus their sniper. Okay? I know that I won the roll-off, the Blades of Khaine. Actually, I think the Blades of Khaine won every initiative roll in this particular match. So that does ring a bell for me. They lost everyone in the first game, and I can't remember how the second game went. So anyway, here's a question. What do you do? How do you win in this situation? Good question. Let's figure it out. So I go Dire Avenger first. I double shoot. I get really lucky, clearly, because I managed to do 13 damage somehow on the Balefire Acolyte. I clearly used the Torrent, which also managed to kill the Anointed. Lovely. Then my leader charges, fights and kills the gunner, and then shoots with just the pistol into the Balefire Acolyte. Clearly the Balefire Acolyte, no. So what would have happened here is the sniper would have had, no, the sniper would have had to have been reloading. So this must have been the Balefire Acolyte took a shot, or the gunner took a shot, and somehow only dealt 4 damage to my guy. I think some dice were skewy on this, I'm not going to lie. Then Dire Avenger dies to something. Enemy leader is in the stronghold. My leader is out of the stronghold. It's the third turn. What do we do? What do we do? So I know that the Blades of Khaine won the initiative. But still, what do you do here? If you charge, best you can do is fight twice. There's no other tricks for the Striking Scorpion. So, do I take a picture of the dice? I don't know. Striking Scorpion wins. I don't know how. I've got no clue. So I've put him down to 6, 12, 13. So that he's gone down to 13 because he would have taken 2 from the Mandible Blasters. How? It must have been dice. This is my final image. I didn't take a picture of the dice tray. I don't know what happened. There you go. However, clearly something crazy happened because he's still had 13 health. That means even if I double crit with the Striking Scorpion, I'm not killing him. I need 3 hits. It could be 3 normal hits. We're both 5 dice. I have to assume that dice got crazy there, which would have brought us to the end of the 3rd round, and therefore the sniper has 0 APL, by the way. He doesn't really count. He's just like a sentry turret. Blades of Khaine win. There you go. Done. So, with that done, gosh, let me take a quick sip of water. The back of my throat's killing me. Ladies. Right. What did I learn about Blades of Khaine? But first, we'll do what did I feel about the mission setup? How did I feel about playing it the way that I chose to play it in a solo way? So the series of missions was a really nice narrative. It was very clear what the story was trying to tell you. As I told you, it was you first get pinned down, then you're flanking, and then you're assaulting. It was very cool. It was very cohesive. I immediately understood what the narrative of the campaign, of the series of missions was trying to tell you. Cool, I like that. It was very thematic in that regard, and it felt natural to play this series of missions one after the other. I liked that. I liked the length. I liked 3 missions. It didn't feel egregious. It didn't feel like, oh, I want to play a different team now. That's normally how campaigns used to, or like narrative games used to go for me. I don't want to play a team that many times. That's just not who I am. I like to jump around. We're not looking at anything else. I'm going to embiggen myself now. There you go. So I don't like to commit to anything really, but especially playing a team a certain number of times. I much prefer to just play as much as I want. 3 missions felt fine. I don't know if I would have done 4 on the trot, if I'm honest. I would have started to grow a touch tired. But this was fun to learn Blades of Khaine with, because sure enough, I did a little bit and then I had a different way of deploying and like a different challenge. And so that kept the team quite fresh. Whereas if I was just doing like 3 skirmish games in a row, it was like, oh, okay, I get it, Blades of Khaine, they do this, fine. So that was quite fun. It was a good, interesting way to learn about a team, in this case, Blades of Khaine. How did I feel about playing Legionaries the way that I chose to play them? Good. I personally like that. For whatever reason, I don't like the NPO thing that GW suggests. I don't think it's bad at all, to clarify. I'm just saying I personally don't like it. I would prefer to play an existing team simply, in like a super simple way, rather than play a random NPO team. And that just speaks to me much more. There you go. I've got no real answers to why or whatever. But NPO's boring. Simplified real team, cool. What else? What else? So the missions are good. Oh, let's talk about Blades of Khaine. Okay, so Blades of Khaine, after playing 3 narrative missions with them, how did I feel about them? Okay, so I think that my dice skewed really hard at times. Not for the Blades of Khaine being good, but for the Legionaries. I think quite often the Legionaries rolled really poorly. You saw a few of them because those were the highlights of how bad they were. Clearly the other rolls were, in the instance of that final picture there, horrendous. How did my leader take 0 damage and I dealt 3 hits to the enemy? I don't know, whatever. Stuff happens, I guess. But if I ignore that, the Blades of Khaine felt relatively effective. If you pick your battles, it felt like they could get things done. Their big issue is that they're normal guys, not the leader, the Exarch, are 4 dice. And that's really iffy. So it's 4 dice hitting on 3s, okay? With a reroll, because you're always playing ceaseless melee, okay? That's not terrible, I will admit. However, it's still not necessarily good enough for such a fragile team. Now, I got lucky and won all 3 of these games, obviously. But I don't know. The thing is, because you die in 2 hits of any model, you have to roll really quite well to be able to parry something out and then still deal a damage. Or the enemy has to roll really poorly, which is what I think happened to me, to be able to get some kills. In general, with Blades of Khaine, how it should work is you go in, 2 hits, they die. Okay? Fine. If they're Marines, you need 3 or 4 hits. What do? I don't know. Somehow it worked. What I did here would not have worked into a real person, I believe. And again, unless dice got really skewy. But if you're thinking about it, so the enemy rolls 5 dice, you're rolling 4. Even if you hit 3 and they hit 4, they kill you in 2, you get to fight first, right? What do? You have to, because you need all 3 to kill them. So you know you can't kill them. So you've got to then parry out, and hope that you can hit with 1 last dice, right? But if you're, yeah, there you go. Really, if you're playing a conservative melee game with Blades of Khaine, you're getting 1 hit per charge, okay? So you do this, you parry all of these out, they will hit you. So your parry, they hit you. Your parry, they kill you. Okay, maybe that doesn't happen. Trust me, you're getting a consistent 1 normal damage through, and that's kind of it. Oh, I think the other thing that Scorpions have is shock. Yeah, I think you can give your first crit shock. So if you roll a crit, you parry one of theirs, that's super good as well. Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so anyway, I came away from this relatively heartened about the Blades of Khaine. They have a lot in them, in the sense of you can either run mixed or you can run mono. I think that mixed is probably the way to go, but if you run mixed, you have to have a real plan as you go into whatever you're doing. Mono, obviously, because you're allowed to use the tactics twice per turn, you can be a little bit freer with it, but if you don't have the right models, you're kind of screwed. And I will say, I have played against Blades of Khaine once, where the person went mono scorpions, and that meant no long range threat. I was free to just stand in the middle of open board and just be like, hi, I'm chilling here doing nothing, and you can't touch me. And that was a huge, like, negative for the enemy. The enemy was like, oh, I've messed up, haven't I? It's like, yeah, you have, yeah. And I would definitely say that the benefits of running mono don't outweigh the negatives of not having the models you want plus a long-range threat. And so I then don't think it's worthwhile running only a single long-range threat and then 7 of the models you actually want. I think you've got to go fully mixed so that you have things you can do. Now, should you be going Scorpion or should you be going Banshee? Hard to say. Hard to say. Me personally, I really like -1 to hit. I think that's really, really strong. It's why I think that Slanesh is really, really strong. I think that when inevitably Nurgle ends up losing its piercing minus, ignore piercing 1. I think people are going to move to Slanesh because Slanesh is really, really good. Making the enemy -1 to hit is so natively strong, whereas striking Scorpions, dealing 2 damage, that is actually very niche. When do you need to deal 2 extra damage? Who does that help you against? I think you're 4-5, so you want it into 7 wounds teams. Most teams are 8 wounds these days, guys. You don't need 2 damage into 8 wound teams. So then you've got to ask, okay, well, I'd probably rather the enemy be minus to hit. If you're going into an 8 wound team or higher, you probably want to go Banshees. There you go. Cool. These are my thoughts. Thank you, King. Thank you, Queen, for watching. You're gangster. If you may stay to the end of the video, I'd like to give you a big triple hello. This has been a bit of a long one. I apologise. I just thought I'd show you how playing 3 games on the trot with a new team, playing solo felt. Would I do it again? Well, no, I wouldn't. Not this team, not this same missions. I feel I've done them. I'm okay with that now. I've completed it. Would I play Blades of Khaine again? Yes. I think Blades of Khaine have some legs that I want to fondle. So we'll see how that goes. And I suppose the next step is playing them into a real person instead of a simplified solo version of Legionary. Cool, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to drop that comment. Don't forget to leave that like. Don't forget to stay hydrated.